Give him a microphone, please. Let me check with him first. You're not, let me check. Hey, your relative who was tested positive with COVID-19, is he still alive? Don't have to translate everything. This is weird. This is not official business yet. Is he still alive? Or is he... Yi, can you hear us? Raise your hand if you can hear us. Okay. So is he still alive? No, the old monk, put your hand down. We don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, he's still alive, thầy. Trên này nghe rõ, thấy rõ lắm.
Okay, and wow, his voice is so clear, huh? You know, that's the price of technology for you. What happened to him? Could you tell us what happened?
Thầy, khi mà con đưa cái dầu cho em sức thì em nói là sau khi sức vô thì nó rất là ấm, giúp cho em feel better. And then sau một thời gian thì em get better. Also, doctor give em more heavy cough medicine, and that helps too.
Okay, so he's okay, huh? He didn't die or anything like that.
He's okay. Thank you so much, thầy. Yeah.
He still, did they have a test? Did they test him again or what? It's been 2 weeks, right?
Right. So he took the test, but I didn't ask him the result yet.
Oh, no results yet. Oh, okay. So what happened is a couple of weeks ago, Yi asked me about his relative who was tested positive with the COVID-19, and so he says, "What can we do to help?" He wanted to get the medicine master thing, and I said, "Forget it. It's not worth it for you. We demonstrate to you that you don't need anything. It's very easy to handle." So just use your oil. That's it. He's not going to die, hopefully. So we experiment on his relative. Now Yi knows. It's a very, very weak virus. If you take care of it immediately, it's not a big deal. Okay, because Yi's a relative. What is it, brother-in-law, brother?
Yeah, cousin.
Cousin. Okay, his cousin doesn't meditate, right? He doesn't practice. He's probably Catholic.
He's Buddhist, but he doesn't practice.
So it's the same as being Catholic. So, for the people who don't even practice, you don't even really believe at all. That's why they don't practice. And they even for those people, the COVID cannot even harm them if they do what we tell them to do. Isn't it cool? I've been telling you this for months, and you don't believe me. So I've been waiting patiently for someone to get sick, and who has all these conditions. And then to demonstrate to you that there's nothing to worry about. Thank you, Yi. Thank your cousin for us. We hope. Tell him I hope he'll live.
Yeah, thank you, thầy.
I'm telling you, it's not a big deal, even for people who don't cultivate. It's not a big deal at all. It's just that, the world it's amazing how the world is so terrified of something, this nonsense. Okay, so we have to wait for another person who has a similar condition, and we use them as guinea pigs and demonstrate again for 2 cases in a row that it's no big deal. Of course, most of you have heard of the fact that many people had the virus in much worse conditions, older, they're sick, and so forth. And in particular, a recent case, someone is very, very bad shape. No medication works, and they tried a brand new medicine that's experimental, you will. So we had to take care of that. But that also is still doable. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you that for months now, since we have experience since last December, so it's not like we speak from we BSing, we just trying to draw attention or speaking nonsense. So really this virus here is very, very weak. You know what to do with it. If you meditate, that's one of the better self-defenses that you have. Even those who don't meditate, then they can also be helped as well. And and this is why this virus is so interesting, because it's so weak, but it rides upon people's arrogance and people's stupidity, political leaders' stupidity, to cause havoc in the entire world. That's how stupid things are. It's stupid politicians, okay? Selfish politicians, self-serving politicians. It's total nonsense, okay? But, we're small-time Buddhist monks and nuns, what do we know? All right, any other questions? No internet questions? The internet might be upset and say, I don't believe you. Well, get sick then. Q&A, yes. San Jose.
Mô Phật, xin cô hiền nhẫn vui lòng dịch câu hỏi này giùm con.
Okay.
A Di Đà Phật, thưa Thầy, trong hoàn cảnh rất là nguy hiểm và loạn động hiện nay, chúng con được nương tựa vào Thầy, vào chánh Pháp để tu hành, thì con cảm thấy rất là an lạc, rất là an bình trong cái sự biến động này. Và câu hỏi của con là, nếu mà con trụ tâm vào sự an lạc này thì có phải là con bị kẹt vào tiểu thừa hay không? Bây giờ con chuyển tâm là con nguyện rằng tất cả sự tu hành của con cũng như của cộng đồng này đều muốn hồi hướng cho pháp giới chúng sanh đều được thái bình an lạc, thì có phải là từ tiểu thừa con đã chuyển tâm sang đại thừa hay không? Xin Thầy chỉ dạy. A Di Đà Phật.
Dear Master, I would like to have a question. In this current situation in the world, everything is so dangerous, but I felt very peaceful and blissful thanks to your guidance and protection. But I have a question is, if...
Don't kiss your sister. You have viruses. Understand? Mm-hmm. But it's okay, too late now. She's infected.
So my question is, if I dwell my mind on this blissfulness, is that called Hinayana? And if I bring forth the mind to transfer all of the merit and virtue that I and the community create to the whole universe. Does that mean that I transform my mind from Hinayana to Mahayana? Thank you, Master.
Okay. It's like 90 degrees. How can you get a cold? You must be down with the virus. So dangerous to come to the temple. Anyway, when you practice, whether you meditate, recite the Buddha's name, recite sutras, bow, and do all these things, that's what we call cultivation. You're cultivating your good roots, you are nurturing the goodness, the goodness basis, we call them roots, so that they will sprout and create goodness in you, okay? Transform your nature to become more good. That's why we call cultivation. So this cultivation, it's from Chinese. It means that it's a Buddhist jargon. It means that you are enhancing yourself. You are improving your own nature, okay? Your makeup, if you will. Improving yourself. And for the lay people who don't believe in Buddhism, you're improving yourself. So that's why the Buddhists cultivate. And we have many forms of cultivation. We meditate, we chant, we recite sutras, we bow in repentance, and so forth and so forth. We recite mantras and so forth and so forth. And when we do these things, our people in particular develop this sense of ease, light ease, and actually they feel very blissful. That's natural. It's going to happen whether, whatever, to all of you, you practice the way you join us here and you do it, this will naturally happen to you. You don't have to worry about that, okay? It happened to every single person so far in the last 15 years. Okay, so it's not a big deal for us. Okay, it's not true for all the places, but for us, okay, in our environment, the way we practice, the way we do it, and we do things, the people naturally will experience this good feeling we call the bliss that's from entering samadhi, from entering concentration. It's all natural, okay? It could be very short, could be split second, could be a few seconds, could be a bit longer, but naturally, all of you will enter samadhi, okay? No big deal to us, okay? And there's a reason for that. That's why I'm saying 100% of the people who come here regularly all entered samadhi. Okay, I'm not talking about someone who walks in here once and then disappears, and I say, well, how come I didn't enter samadhi? It's none of my business. But you're regular, you come here and you join us, and you do like everyone else is doing, you will enter samadhi. Every single one of you have entered samadhi. And when you do that, you have this sense of peace. Okay, your mind is very peaceful, and you have this sense of bliss. Yes or no? Don't raise your hands. Those of you who haven't, raise your hand, please. Now I will kill you. You dare raise your hands? Okay, so it just is. You know, it's just not a big deal for us. So naturally, because it's such a big deal for others. And you go to all the places, all the temples. You go to, you pay $40 in New York City to attend a meditation class. And when you pay $40, you pay money for an hour session, hour and a half session. You sit there and you basically rent this place here, your sitting area for an hour, 45 minutes or whatever. And if you experience this sense of bliss, this sense of peacefulness, you will be so happy, right? You get your money's worth. So we make a big deal out of it. We say, oh, this is fantastic, because not only you feel peaceful, blissful, but you also feel that you get your money's worth. Okay, that's why you're excited. But for us, it's no big deal. Okay. Because easy come, easy goes. You know, you paid nothing for it, so you shouldn't make a big deal out of it. Okay, so it's typically, especially people who take meditation classes, who meditate, because they're seeking this feeling of peace and this good feeling, if you will, which often comes through meditation. Okay, and I personally, when I first started, and when I first became a monk, I was looking for that as well, I admit to you. Because I realized that that's what you're supposed to experience. So I asked myself, I asked a lot of people, how do I enter this samadhi? See, being Americanized, that's what I'm you know, everything I do has a purpose. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Ways of efforts. So I asked a lot of people. I asked everyone. I read up on that because I realized it's a big deal. You're supposed to experience it. If not, then it's a waste of my time. And no one could answer me how to enter samadhi. So I was walking around like we were doing here today, walking around the Buddha Hall, during this Fochi at the city, 10,000 Buddhas. I was walking, I was bored to death. I hated reciting the Buddha's name. And lo and behold, I entered samadhi while walking. It's so cool. The first time in my life where I entered samadhi when I was walking. It never happened again, by the way. It's just lucky skunk, that's all. So it's funny. So I said, wow, this is so cool. So when you enter the samadhi, great things happen to your body. You have this burst of energy, okay? And then it's like a floodgate that's opened. And you have this rush of chi that flows throughout your body, and it lasts for hours for me. And last Tuesday, 4 or 5 days ago, I was told to sit with a Chinese beginner's class online, okay, arranged by Xian Xin and Jane and so forth, and Chun and so forth. And people later, they sat with me for an hour and about 30 minutes, and then we talked. We spoke Dharma of them. And after that, was reported, some people felt so good, so peaceful for hours after that. That means they also enter samadhi online. Isn't that cool? They don't even have to come to the temple anymore. So, if you like, you can subscribe to our online service. Okay? So you have to understand it's such a big deal for people. Because, listen, you feel so good for hours. These people, right, Jane? They reported they felt good for 2 hours. Some people, yes? Something like that. Jane didn't hear about that. Okay?
Several days, sorry.
Several days?
Yeah.
Really? We should
Yes.
increase our membership fees from now on. So if you pay more, then it lasts a bit longer. text is totally unimpressed. He says, so he has to say. So understandably, people are excited, okay? Because it's a wonderful feeling. It's in a, you got something for nothing, and you don't have to pay for it. And it feels so good, and it's so wonderful compared to eating, drinking, and dancing, and so forth, watching football, and so forth. Okay, so you have fun. It feels so good inside. Now you don't need anything. You don't need to eat. You don't need to drink. You don't need anyone to kiss up to you, and stroke you and flatter you and say, "Oh, you're so wonderful." That doesn't feel as good as this entering the samadhis. And the funny thing, it gets stronger and stronger as you improve. Okay? So this is why this lady asked. This lady here are we going to mention her name? Well, only in a paying session. Lady here, she's been practicing for many, many years, a few decades at least, and she's been with us for several years, and her level is pretty good. So when she meditates, she enters samadhi. So her level right now is pretty good. So that the blissful feeling is even stronger, even more wonderful. So she asked, so it's natural for people to be attached to this feeling because you can't get it anywhere else. It's a wonderful, wonderful state. Okay? And naturally people are attached to it. Okay? So her question is about that. If I'm looking forward to it, meaning you attached to that nice feeling, okay? Is that right or wrong? Is it considered Hinayana? And I said, never mind about what I have to say is never mind about Hinayana and Mahayana. If you practice, you cultivate, and you have these nice experiences, these nice states, you enter samadhi and so forth. It's just a state. It's just a good feeling. It's good results, and wonderful things happen to you. It happens naturally. It will happen time and time again. It's not a big deal. Okay? Don't be attached to it. That's the main thing. It's but a temporary state. You will enter samadhi, you will exit samadhi. It's not a big deal. It will happen naturally. So if you don't pay, you're not attached to it. In particular, don't look forward to that feeling, okay? Then you enter that state a lot more often. If you look forward, you anticipate, I say, I'm going to go to the to San Jose Monastery and then meditate. I hope I enter this state. If you do that, you have that kind of mindset, it's much more difficult for you to experience it. Just go do it. That's all. Okay, and you will enter samadhi naturally. No need to look for it. And when you feel good from entering samadhi, it's a natural thing. Okay? Don't even become attached. It's not a big deal. Because if you become attached to it, it's much more difficult for you to improve and even experience even stronger, even nicer feelings. So that's why don't be attached. Okay? Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Okay? That's the main thing. It has nothing to do with Hinayana and Mahayana. It's a common mistake. If you pay me to cultivate, then when you experience that, then I have to dwell on that and encourage you to keep on paying me. because it helps you feel better. But since you're not paying, that's why my advice is you don't bother. It's not a big deal. You didn't pay for it. Don't be attached to it. Okay? So far, so good? Okay. And now her questions about Hinayana, Mahayana, because at her level now, it's considered Hinayana. Hinayana, Mahayana is about your level of samadhi, as far as I'm concerned. It's not words. It's not meant to put you down or kiss up to you. Okay? Or put you on a pedestal. Nothing at all. For us, Hinayana, Mahayana is about your level of samadhi. Okay? Meaning what? If you practice Mahayana, our temple is considered, we like to think we are Mahayana, but a lot of people disagree with that. And not only do they disagree, they also slandered me as well. Okay? So that comes to the territory. Okay? That's the way it is. I say, it's just life. Okay? Don't let it bother you. Okay? It bothers me deeply, but don't let it bother you, because it's my job to be bothered. Then I have to keep on improving. The point here is that you come to our temple, my temple, never mind about the temple, because I don't want to slander anyone or put down anyone or come across as slighting others. You come to my temple, okay? Our purpose is to help you become enlightened, okay? Only one goal, become a Buddha, become enlightened, okay? That's the purpose of my doing all this. But sitting with you, standing there and chanting the Buddha's name with you is all to help you, not to help myself. Okay? Do all that to help you. So that's why I like to think we're doing Mahayana stuff. Everything you do, when you're at San Jose, you're online, whatever, it's all Mahayana stuff. All right? However, it's Mahayana from me, but you is different. Is it clear? Because Hinayana, Mahayana has two aspects. Number one, is the first aspect is what methodology are you practicing? If Mahayana, we have a certain a broader form of practice, a broader set of practices, much bigger set of practices. Hinayana is a much smaller subset of practices. Okay, that's why the Hinayana so our repertoire is a lot bigger, much bigger, if you will. So that's Mahayana repertoire, Mahayana practices. Yes? So far so good? It's from my perspective. From your perspective, it's different. I may be teaching you about all this big bowl of wax here. However, your ability to grasp everything I'm teaching you is limited by yourself. So far, so good? I may be teaching you about Mahayana, but you can only pick up only Hinayana stuff out of it. Is it clear? It's not theory, it's just facts. I may be teaching you everything, like we try to teach our children everything, but they can only grasp so much. Yes? I may be talking to you about algebra, I might be teaching small Alung here about mathematics. As he listens to us, he talking about Mahayana, all this meditation stuff. But he's only interested in what? Potato chips, popcorn, and ice cream. Yes, Alung? Agree? See, he agrees. He knows what I'm talking about. So it's considered Alung level of Buddhism. It cannot be called Mahayana. Agree? It's a fact. It's not insulting. I'm not trying to insult you or put or slight you at all. It's you are only able to discern or grasp the Hinayana part of my Mahayana teachings, Mahayana practice. Okay? Regardless of whatever you want to claim. Okay? You depend, because of your level of samadhi, of your level, your ability to grasp, you can only grasp the Hinayana part right now. So the answer to this lady here, I'm sorry it took so long, is her level is Hinayana. So whatever I teach her is only Hinayana for her. Whatever she can say, oh, I do a transference, or I do Mahayana stuff for you, therefore, am I Mahayana? I said, no, I'm sorry, you're not. Okay? Your level right now is like Alung's level. It's not Mahayana, it's only Hinayana. That's all. Is that clear? Are you insulted? You shouldn't be insulted. I could be using your temples, then you'll be insulted. It's my temple, so I should feel insulted because you are so Hinayana. Is it clear? Okay? So, Mahayana, Hinayana should be understood in that sense. Okay? When I teach, okay, unlike the Buddha divided into only Hinayana stuff, and then Vaipulya, and then Prajna, and then Lotus and Nirvana. Okay, so the Buddha, when he taught, he segregated based on his students' potential ability. Okay. Just like we had to teach you started with element, kindergarten, elementary school, and so forth, right? Same thing, the Buddha did that. However, for us it's different, okay? We only teach you Mahayana stuff, meaning we teach everything, okay? At this, okay? And to you, so that there's a reason for that. The reason is that even though you don't understand Mahayana right now, but the fact you hear it, okay? What I'm telling you, what I'm talking about is Mahayana concepts. As long as you hear it, it's in your consciousness, in your eighth consciousness. So the seeds are planted. Whereas if I want to teach you Hinayana stuff, then all you're doing is planting the seeds of Hinayana seeds. That's all you have. Okay? So why do we do that? We do that because in order for you in the future, because of these seeds that you planted in your consciousness, all those are Mahayana seeds. When you come to my temple, it's all Mahayana seeds. It's no Hinayana at all. I'm not interested in Hinayana, okay? I'm only helping you. I'm only giving you Mahayana seeds, okay? That's why some of you who are totally Hinayana-oriented will walk away, okay? Though you are Christians and Catholic, you will not like the Mahayana stuff, fine, walk away, that's fine. But unfortunately for you, even though you walk away, the mere fact you hear, you planted some Mahayana seeds in you already. So it's best you don't even come to my temple. Okay? So you can't help it. So even the boy there, who's not even Hinayana, he's sort of like stupid, if you will. Okay? He has Mahayana seeds too, a lot more than many people. And the importance is that you need the seeds like farming. Without the good seeds, you could not get a good crop. That's impossible. Okay? It starts with the seeds. All right? You plant Mahayana seeds, like when you come here, you plant Mahayana seeds. In the future, you yourself will become Mahayana. And whether you like it or not, you will become Mahayana. So don't worry about Hinayana, Mahayana right now. When I talk about Hinayana, Mahayana, it's only to remind you, okay? Don't be so arrogant, okay? Don't worry about Hinayana, Mahayana. You are doing Mahayana here at our temple, okay? Because that's where I learned it from, my masters, my Chinese master. He taught me Mahayana, I liked it. And that's all I'm teaching you. But just like you, just like many of you, his disciples are just the same. Most of them are Hinayana, just like you. That's the way it is, like it or not. But they too will develop, will become Mahayana people. But right now, this is Hinayana. That's the way it is. Yes, green.
Master, at what level do we move into Mahayana?
After you become enlightened, then you go into Mahayana territory. Yeah. Okay. Yes, green. Give her.
Thank you. 师父，我想问，每一天我早上起来，我打坐20分钟，还有一路打坐，我又念经可以吗？我又念阿弥陀佛，还有这个观音经，还有唵嘛呢叭呢吽，可以吗？师父？
可以，可以。
谢谢。
Translation.
Master, in the morning I sit meditate, I read sutra, I chant mantra. Is that all okay?
She sits for how long? 20分钟.
20 minutes. She sits 20 minutes in the morning.
That's remarkable. Most people would not even bother sitting 20 minutes every morning. That's remarkable. That's very good. Very good. Absolutely. That's Mahayana practice. Absolutely. That's Mahayana. Okay? Very good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Does it help with the San Jose people? It's right now. Unfortunately, she's only Hinayana, and pay attention not to be attached to the good feeling and transference and doing all those things. Everything we do, everything we teach you is Mahayana. Okay. So when I tell you Hinayana, Mahayana, meaning you're Hinayana within Mahayana, meaning I'm certifying you that your level is only Hinayana right now. So don't be arrogant. You have a lot of room to grow. Okay? And I say only to you. When I say to you, it's only for people with Mahayana potentials. But then some of you get it wrong and get really offended. You say, I'm Mahayana. No, you're not. Okay? You're Mahayana because it's just Samadhi level, not because you want to, not because you learn. You learn doesn't mean you're Mahayana. Okay? You're Mahayana in the future. You're investing in Mahayana, but you're not Mahayana. You're just Hinayana. So be more humble. And I'm here to remind you to be more humble, because I beat up on you and said, where's your Mahayana stuff? Mahayana is a state of being. It's not words. It's not concepts. Concepts are baloney. Mahayana is where you are, like you have $1 million as assets. Okay? More like a gazillion bucks. Okay? It's not easy. You cannot claim you're rich because you don't have enough money yet. Even Bezos, he's not rich enough to be considered Mahayana. It's a lot of zeros. Okay? It just is. It's just facts. Okay? Does it help? Yeah, it's Q&A in San Jose. Now we don't have a chance to talk about Vattaka Sutta. Maybe next time. Yes. San Jose.
Di Đà Phật. Thầy vui lòng cho con hỏi là nhập đại định Thủ Lăng Nghiêm có liên hệ gì với lại chú Lăng Nghiêm? Tại sao gọi là đại định thầy? A Di Đà Phật.
Master, I have a question. Why it is called entering great samadhi of the Surangama? Does it have anything related to the Surangama mantra?
Yes. Okay. The Surangama mantra is the most powerful mantra in the universe, bar none. Okay. It's a Mahayana Sutra that is the most powerful. Or according to my master, according to the Buddhists. Don't believe me. I'm just have a big mouth. So this is the samadhi of the Buddhas. When you enter the samadhi, you are terrifying, and the demons and ghosts are terrified of you, and they can't do anything to you, and that's why they're so scared. Okay, so that's why it's called the Great Samadhi, Surangama Samadhi. Okay, and the Surangama mantra is designed to help you practice and enter this samadhi. Okay? So that's why a lot of the Buddhists recite the Surangama mantra and so forth. And it is the most powerful. It is help you enter this great samadhi here because it's so powerful that when you recite this mantra, you resolve a lot of problems, a lot of obstruction you have that prohibit you from entering this samadhi. So this mantra itself has so many ways to help you crush the obstructions, okay, to your entering this samadhi. The more you recite it, the better you at it, then it's easier for you to enter this samadhi. All right? That's all. So, but on the other hand, because of its power, it's very difficult to practice. You have a lot of obstructions. If you practice it, I guarantee you, the demons will come and try to stop you. Guaranteed. Okay? You practice it, demon will come and stop you. And that's why don't be like the rest of the world where they say, oh, this is the most powerful mantra. I want to practice because I'm number one. I want the best only. It may be the best, but you can't practice it because the demons will come and stop you. Okay? You can't practice it. They burn your house down. They take a car and ram into yours on the freeway. So it's not easy to practice it. Okay, they have antidotes themselves. They're not going to allow any of you to enter the samadhi willy-nilly. Are you kidding me? They're going to stop you from entering it. Okay? And so that's why when you practice it, it may be the most powerful one, but it's very difficult for you to practice it. And therefore, when in particular this particular mantra, you need a lot of protection, tremendous level of protection for you to be able to succeed. All right? And similarly, in the same vein, the demons, ghosts, then, not only are they going to attack you and prevent you from practicing this mantra, it's very terrifying, very scary, and they will harm you, trust me. They will harm you in so many ways, okay, and discourage you from practicing it, okay, whether it's through sickness, okay, they make you sick, okay, they will get you into accidents, airplane crashes, train wrecks, and so forth, okay, your computer will blow up in your face, okay. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm not a scaremonger, but that's what they are capable of doing, okay? And so they not only did they come try to harm you, but they also are slandering this wonderful, most powerful Mahayana Dharma called Shrangma mantra, and claiming that it's demonic, it is fake, like fake news, and so forth. And you know, the slanders come from the academia, the professors, okay? In Buddhism, who are saying that there's no proof that this Shrangma mantra spoken by the Buddha, the mantra, some of them sometimes are omitted from the sutras and so forth. Okay, so they are destroying that Mahayana Dharma academically as well. So you see, it's very difficult to practice, to even hear of it, to practice it. Okay, and when you practice it, you have so many obstructions, and so just like everything else. When you are powerful, when you are invincible, they will slander you. It's just life. Okay? It comes to the territory. Because why? Because they're too weak to say, I don't like you. I can fight you. I'm here. Fight me. No, they have to hide in the shadows and slander you and insinuate this, insinuate that. And you know, this is demonic. It's no proof. You know, it's this, that, it's that. It's bad, and so forth. These people are bad. These people are demonic. Okay, that's how they fight you, because they're too weak to reveal themselves. They fight. They shoot at you, they slander you, throw rocks at you, okay? In the shadows, from the shadows. You don't know who they are. Because if they show up, they're going to get crushed. They're going to say, you are the demon. You are Hinayana. You are first dhyana. You are first stage Arhat. You are second ground only. What do you know? You don't know what you're talking about. You understand? So that's why it's very difficult to practice here. So Tuan, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I used to be like him. I used to say, oh, I want to practice the best Chan Dhamma door. I wanted to do only Huato. I wanted to do only Shrangma mantra. So nonsense. I couldn't, because it was stopped. All right? Don't worry. We practice everything. Everything we practice here is all Mahayana. And it doesn't matter you practice or what you practice, right? As long as you become enlightened. Yeah. The shortest path to enlightenment. Yes? And then most importantly, is something you need to understand. Okay? For you to succeed, for you to make it, you need a lot of protection. It's not as simple as you think. Think about it. For us to be here in this country, we need the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Yes? Otherwise, people will not leave us alone. Yes, we need the police. We need the National Guard. You see that? We need to spend a lot of money on defense and offense. I call it offense more than defense. Okay? We need a lot of protection. It's not that simple. The Hinayana people don't understand that. That's why they think they can go to the mountain, go to the valley, and hide in a temple and meditate. It's not going to happen. Okay? You hide behind four walls. That's your protection, but still not enough. Because the demons can get to you whether you hide behind four walls or not, whether you hide inside your house or not. Yes or no? When you feel bad, when you feel depressed, does it matter where you are? Huh? You need a lot of protection, you need a lot of help. Don't think you can do it. I had a lot of protection myself. When I left my master's temple, I went everywhere. I went to different temples. And I realized, what did I have? Zero protection. You know, I tried to recite the Shranga mantra. I tried to recite Shranga mantra. Okay, in Taiwan. In Taiwan, I was doing a Hinayana practice, walking, meditation. And I hated it. I'm only into meditation, okay? I was only into meditation. So I hated it, and I was grumbling every day. I had blisters in my foot, you know. I'm going, you know, and then complaining. I was complaining, oh, I don't like this. I meditate. It's a waste of my time, waste of my life. And then when we sat down for lunch at the high school here in Taiwan, I was so happy because I couldn't wait to finish eating and then sit in a corner and meditate. And I did that. What did I do? Tuan, guess what I was reciting? Shranga mantra. I said, this is the biggest mantra. This is the most powerful mantra. I'm going to recite it because I want to become enlightened. Yes? I'm reciting it. And lo and behold, within 2 minutes of my starting, a guy came over, you know, touched me in the shoulder and said, hey, in Chinese or Taiwanese, something like that. He said, talk to me. Can you give me some money? Can you give me some, you know, can you talk to me? And I learned around, and I saw this Taiwanese drunk. Taiwanese drunk. He says, talk to me, give me some money, I need some drinks. I was so upset. You know what I do? You know what I did? Huh? I felt like taking out a gun and then, but I would be breaking precepts, wouldn't it? That's how upset I was. I said, the whole day I did nothing but walk around and then end up with my blisters all over my foot, and I can't do anything. Now I have a chance to meditate, and I want to become enlightened. I will recite this mantra, the most powerful mantra in the world here. What happens? I can't, because someone is talking to me and is harassing me and will not allow me to recite the mantra. So what did I do? I say, turn to the protector and say, do your job. I was very upset. I said, do your job. Because I'm calling, because when you recite the mantra, you are protected by the Dharma protectors, the Vajra protectors. Okay? So I said, if you allow this drunkard to come and harass me, then you're not doing your jobs. Do your jobs. That's all. And you know what happened? Oh, time is up. Sorry. It's 10:36. What's wrong with you? We have a lot of work to do left. We have to fire victims. We need the help. I was so upset. I said, do your job. I turned around, meditated. I ignored the drunk. So he harassed me. Okay. And then, you know what happened? He stopped harassing me. Suddenly, no one's touching my shoulders anymore. See, I wasn't even talking to the drunkard. I simply said, I look at the Dharma protector and said, do your job. I ignore the drunkard, but he's still bothering me, he's still touching my shoulders. I said, talk to me, you have any money, have any food, I'm so thirsty, have you no compassion? After I lost my temper and yelled at the Vajra spirit protectors, my Vajra spirit protectors, okay? All of a sudden, no one touched my shoulders anymore. I said, huh? Say what? I was fed up. I said, I give up if I can. Meditate, I have to walk. I sit here and recite the mantra to make up for my lost time. I even can't do that. That's it. I'm going back to the US. I'm not staying in Taiwan. Okay? I've had it with this. And all of a sudden, no one touched my shoulders anymore. Okay? So I said, what? What happened? So I turned around and looked at him. And guess what? It's funny. His body, okay, looked like he was caught. He's like when you have you ever been arrested by the Secret Service? Where two guys, one on each side of you, and they hang on, they grab your arms and get there, lock up your armpit, they lift you up, okay, and walk you to the car, right? Like in the movies. Thank you. That's why I saw it. Exactly the same what I saw. This guy is like being escorted out. Isn't that cool? I said, wow, we do have protection, don't we? Because without protection, you cannot cultivate. You have no chance. Okay? That's because at that high school, it's not our territory. People, it's public property. They come and go as they please. We cannot stop them. But here you come to our temple, they cannot do that. They are not allowed to enter. Okay? Just imagine that I recited the Shranga mantra and I had obstructions. If you recite the mantras, when you have obstruction, you cannot even imagine. Okay, you can't even see. Okay, we stop here. Sorry, I wanted to go into the fire thing, but maybe next time. Okay, the fire will be here next week. Don't worry. Okay, that continue doing the lunch offering because we have to do the lengthening life transference. Okay, thank you.